What is happening, everybody? What is going on? Listen, man. Sorry about the late response. Well, not late response. Sorry about coming on. I know I had you guys waiting. Had a little, you know, not a snafu, but something holding me up here. But I appreciate you guys for rocking with me this evening. It's your favorite everything. Tonight we gonna get right into this, guys. But before we do, as usual, housekeeping rules, man. Hit that like button if you're just now entering the chat. Hit that subscribe button. Also, comment below where you guys are checking in from. I like to hear where you guys were. Everybody, all my followers, everybody, subscribers. I like to know where you guys are checking in from throughout the states, international, whatever have you. This is a live show, so feel free to call in with your thoughts on this topic. As usual, you guys know I don't hardly go live, so show some love, show some support. Call in if you just want to just get some stuff off your chest in reference to that. If you dated a bad chick, if you think you're a bad chick, and you either cheated on one or you got cheated on, I love to hear it, guys. So, feel free to hit me up, man. It's pinned in the chat. It's in blue. You can't miss it. So, we got oh look, we got a model in the building, Miss Rebecca Starr. Shout out to Miss Rebecca Starr. Got Jersey in the building. Give a few shout outs here really quickly. Y'all know we talking about Nia Long, and I don't want to mess up Buddy's name. Ime Udoka, Nigerian dude. I guess it's Ime Udoka. You know what I mean? Not uncommon, guys. So I'm gonna just, for those of you who've been under a rock and haven't heard about this, this has been a trending topic for the past few days. What's been going on with this situation? And I don't know who leaked it. She leaked it. Somebody snitched. Who snitched? Maybe Nia Long snitched, and told, but I doubt she would want to mess up the money like that. But stranger things have happened. You know what I mean? So for one, Nia Long obviously has been known, in the movies, within our community, one of the most attractive women. She's been in several songs, on the lips of several rappers and entertainers in terms of that. Boys in the Hood, Friday, her was it not the best? Is it the best man? Best man, some of her more popular movies that we know of. So she's definitely considered an attractive woman, for lack of a better term. One of the most beautiful women that we know of in the community that we can name off right off top. So many of you guys, in the space would consider her washed up or hit the wall and things like that. Shout out to Sir Hale Speaks. Appreciate you, man, for the $9.99 super chat. But yeah, some of you guys would consider her washed up, hit the wall. She's 51 years old, mother of two. She's got one child with Ime Udoka. Dude is 6 years her junior. So she's got her a younger, successful man. I think she was married before, prior to Buddy. But one thing for sure, and people don't like when I say it about this, I'm not saying adultery is right. And I used to say you should expect it when you're married, but I don't even want to say expect it. It happens. Things happen in marriage. People step out. The flesh is weak, as some people say. And that goes both ways, because unless it's a homosexual relationship, the man is cheating with a woman somewhere down the line. You know what I mean? See, we got the Virgin Islands. Shout out to the Virgin Islands in the building tonight. But she's cheating with somebody, and it's been rumored, a few people, that as far as who what's my man name? Ime, I guess that's his name. Who he cheated with, but they haven't released it yet, but obviously it's gonna come out. So anyway, it came out, and I'm jumping all over the place because my thoughts are scattered right now, but you guys stick with me. It came out a few days ago, and I guess she just relocated to be with him, and now she's off and gone again. It's got to be humiliating for her. Maybe it's not. They made it seem like a big deal that she booked the flights for the family. I mean, I'm talking about the side piece, who's supposed to be married supposedly as well. But what is the big deal? Even if she did book the, does that? Oh, she was this close to the family. She was a Celtic staffer that she booked the tickets for the family to move. Dude still clapped the cheeks at the end of the day. It don't matter. She could have been the nanny. She could have been pouring the coffee. She could have been a ball girl, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? On the courts, she could have been assistant coach. It don't matter whether she booked tickets or not. Adultery still happened. Buddy had vows, and I think if she was married, she had vows. It's funny how they haven't released her, but what I do find crazy, and a lot of the details are going to come out, is my man did a good first year coach for the Celtics, brought them to the finals his first year. He was assistant coach for the Knicks, I believe, before then. But the first year, and obviously they have to make an example in light of all the BS that's going on. But you're going to suspend the man for a year for something that he did during his personal time, but I guess it violated not NBA policy, but Boston Celtics policy by clapping some cheeks. Right? Now, adultery isn't illegal, but he violated the policy. However his contract is structured, whatever he's supposed to be getting paid, and the clause in there that says if he claps some cheeks, for anybody that's within the organization, it being a conflict of interest. He was assistant coach for the Spurs. Okay, I thought he was a coach for the Knicks. He was assistant coach for the Spurs. My bad. Oh, it's the Nets. Excuse me, the Nets. I'm looking at the Nets. So he was for the Nets. Anyway, humiliation female staffers faced in Ime Udoka's scandal. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Buddy, a year, guys, is completely uncalled for. A year for violating the policy. Dude's not on drugs. It's not affecting his performance, but hey, rules are rules, policy, whatever clause in it, I know there's an appeal process, but as far as returning, even after the year, will he be able to return based off this scandal? Who knows? That's another thing, man. Get the likes up, guys. Let's run it up to 100 likes while we're here. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Shout out to Wayne. Wayne Callwood, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for the $9.99 super chat. But yeah, guys, get the likes up. We're trying to run it up to 100 likes. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Go ahead and do that right now. Stop playing with me. Anyway, but a year is way too much. But I'm anxious to see, just like a lot of you guys, is this going to blow over? Is he going to be moved? Is another team going to pick him up? Is this over for him? Is he going to have to go to the D League? Is he going to have to go to Mexico? Is he going to have to go to Nigeria? You know what I'm saying? Based off of getting, so it's crazy how just getting a little something can just, from the beginning of time, fellas, like, be discreet, get on Backpage, get on something, and just why I know it's close to home, guys tend to cheat, but when you got so much at stake, you got a high profile wifey, right? And I know, and this is the topic of this, of why men cheat on beautiful women, but there's other ways to go about it, man. When you know something can potentially go down, but it's so exciting to be hitting, probably hitting her in the locker room or something like that, and you getting off on it. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it, bro. You got Backpage, you got these other pros. I mean, hell, you got people on the team that you can get to get one for you and bring it to you, man. Why risk it? Anyway, shout out to Will the Kingsman, man. I appreciate your constant support, man. Hey, thanks again for the super chat. But yeah, you got people to do this for you, man. You got connections, you got assistants. I know he has an assistant. If it's that serious, But now you're just messing up. You're messing up the money. Who knows? I don't think she'll file for divorce. Maybe she will, but she's 51. Not to say that she probably don't have dudes in her DMs right now, willing to see how this turns out, and they're going to take it from there. But it is what it is. But the topic at hand, guys. Why do men cheat on beautiful women? I.e., that could be wifey, girlfriend, fiance, a chick you're dating. She could be a dime, and then you go out and slay some Mongolian sewer rat, right? Or just some dusty chick. This is something that women would like to know. But just like with women, it's a feeling process. With men, it's a feeling process as well. Because just because Nia Long, and you say Nia Long has hit the wall, she still looks decent for her age, even though she's wearing all that extra, you know, all that extra stuff on her head. You know what I'm saying? And she's put on a few pounds, you know, but she still looks good for her age. But just because someone is gorgeous doesn't mean that they're a good person. And sometimes a lot of these guys, they jump into these arrangements, they marry these women as some, you know, to be symbolic, especially if you're in a prestigious position like a head coach or something like that. And it opens up doorways. Same thing in politics and anything else, guys. When you marry based upon the name and how symbolic it is that I have this as a wifey, you know, same reason why gay dudes marry women, you know what I'm saying? Just to further their career or political agenda, all those things going on. But that doesn't mean that they actually really get along or really fuck with each other or really even spend time with each other. It's just in name and status only. So that just goes for somebody like that. You know what I mean? A lot of these rich dudes don't even sleep with their wives. They may find them attractive, or they just hook them, you know, just get them pregnant and go on about their business. JR didn't do research. Oh, I got the team wrong. I didn't do research on beautiful women, why men cheat on beautiful women. I feel you, man. Anyway, go ahead and go ahead and correct me on whatever you need to correct me on in the chat room. I'm looking forward to it. But a beautiful woman, man. Same thing with Beyonce. Why did Jay-Z cheat on Beyonce? Why do all these other men cheat on these women? Is it because opportunity? Are they exercising their options at the end of the day? Is it that they really don't have anything to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Is it just that she may not satisfy you in certain areas? She may not have time for you, doesn't want to talk about your issues, problems, things like that. And the dusty prostitute, or the dusty side chick, or the dusty staffer is a fan of yours. You know, but this eye candy you got at home is like, you're supposed to be a fan of me. I'm not a fan of you. You should be happy to be with me. But meanwhile, you have these young ladies who are just in awe of you, make you feel like a man. How Mike Epps say, baby, you want this $40, make me feel like something. And I don't want to just take it to $40, but I'm just saying, you're paying for an experience, right? When it comes to that. But men, and that's the thing that I think women don't get a lot of times, and I'm not saying this is the case, but men like intimacy as well, right? I can't be the only one, but men like intimacy. Men like having those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's not getting it at home. You know, you can do a 2-minute drill, kick back, lay up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, the things that you'll tell this other woman are things that you feel like, you know, you don't feel secure with telling your main squeeze, this beautiful woman who has no empathy, just looks at you as a provider, looks at you as a burden a lot of times, is dismissive. These are several things. In the case of Jay-Z, not to switch it up, but in case of what would make Jay-Z, Beyonce is one of the most beautiful women in the world, right? What would make Jay-Z want to cheat on Beyonce? Even though I got my own personal, I don't know Beyonce, but I got my own personal opinions about Beyonce. Just by hearing her talk, Beyonce talks like an 8th grader. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that she isn't a genius in her own way in terms of dancing and performing and things like that, but just her conversations is like an 8th grader. And for somebody is intellectually, that I perceive to be intellectual like Jay-Z, you know, he probably was like, she bad, that's about it. But what would make him want to cheat on her? And it's the same thing we ask a lot of times. What would make this person? And a lot of ladies say that when he does cheat, he picks some dusty chick that doesn't look anywhere. Or when a guy leaves you or breaks up with you, or you break up with a guy and he gets with another woman, and you feel like she's not as attractive, she's a BBW, she's a heavyweight, you know, right? How dare he get with that heavyweight? I'm gorgeous. I'm drop dead gorgeous, and he's gonna downgrade, which is the term, right? You're downgrading because you're so pretentious in how you act and the way you conduct yourself that you feel like you have it all together. A fat ass and a pretty face is all you need in this life. Never bother working on your personality. Not working on your personality, but just working on, you know, your people skills, social skills. Especially if everything's handed to you. Why do I need to work on anything? It happens a lot. Where we at with his likes, man? Where my mods at, man? My mods should be up in here working right now. We need 100 likes up in here. Quit playing with me. I'm just doing a quick check to see where we're at. 54 likes. We need 46 more likes. Hit that like button. Stop being stingy. But listen, man, these are things that I think women ask these questions constantly in this space, right? What is it that a man really wants from her? You know, because the older we get, sex is wonderful, right? But when it really comes down to holding down a marriage, sex should be one of the last things on the list, right? Because your joint don't work the older you get sometimes, and she's probably not there. And who's going to take care of you when you're sick? If all you got is some ass to fall back on, ass isn't going to, you know, hold you down when you're sick, right? I don't know. Did I make you did I make Will a mod? I'll make you a mod, bro. I just turned you into a mod. My bad. Your ass isn't gonna hold you down when you're sick, when you're old. What about conversing, sharing time, being peaceful, being cooperative, being sympathetic, worrying about my well-being instead of how many times you can get me off, right? You'll realize as you get older, man, because if that's all you got, then it is what it is. Let me bring on the big boss real quick to see what's on his mind. Talk to me, Foots. What's happening?
Hey, man, I'm just hanging in there. I was about to go to sleep. Normally, I don't go to bed early, but I'm beat. Working on some projects. Yeah. And I do share you some samples.
Hey, yeah, no doubt. What's your thoughts on this though, Calvin? What's happening, man?
My thoughts on this, to me, I'm gonna be honest, bluntly honest. No disrespect to anybody. Not gonna tell anybody what they can and can't talk about. It shouldn't even be newsworthy. Now I understand the politics. You shouldn't be messing with people in the workplace. Right. Me personally, I never really done it like that. Never done it. Even though the women know what I do, they even know what I do on the red pill sector.
Right.
We had interesting conversations, debates, what have you. I know, probably shouldn't talk about that, but a lot of people respect me for me being real, unless it's my family.
Yeah.
But my thing is, the whole thing is like, to me, it is a distraction from my understanding, but it's because there's real stuff that should be focused on about, like the water crisis in Mississippi. I actually drove from Mississippi. A lot of crazy stuff that really should be focused. To me, it's more a distraction. But my thing, since we're on the topic, is that why? I know it's a rhetorical question, but why are we so focused about what people do in their personal business? I never really, or how we should do it, but a lot of people, and I'm not saying I'm above reproach.
Right.
Oh, I wouldn't do, well, if I was in that situation, it would not be me. Wait a minute, be quiet. You don't know, you don't know.
Right.
We all say that. I really never spoke on stuff that was not in my lane. Right. But I looked at things from a logical perspective, but also from an emotional perspective. I think you have to factor in feelings.
Yes.
A lot of people you can't just use logic, full-blown logic. You got to factor in feelings.
Absolutely.
And me studying psychology, that's why I have a different perspective. We don't know what's going on between him and Nia and why he did it. You don't know what she's doing. She's not no angel. And that's the problem I have. She's always the angel. Maybe she don't know when to shut the beep up.
Yeah.
Maybe she talks too much smack.
Right.
Maybe she's withholding the goodies. Maybe her feet are busted. You don't know. I'm serious. That was a joke, but seriously.
Would you say that's the same reason why men cheat on beautiful women in general? Those reasons you gave?
I say, to me, and I go by this, and that's stuck with me. With every so-called fine, beautiful woman that you might think is a 10, another dude sees her as a 2 or a 1.
Right.
He tired.
Mm-hmm.
He tired of, she running up bills. She got baggage. She got unresolved issues. She's unaccountable. Yeah. She got trauma. So to me, when I look at a beautiful woman, I'm like, yeah. My tastes are different from most guys, but it's like, to me, can she hold a conversation?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does she have? What's her belief system? Because that, to me, that dictates if I want to take her seriously outside of the sex, the kinks, what have you. Because my thing is, I don't know, I'm not going to try to generalize, but let's be real. Most women, particularly even the ones who are average, think, all I got to do, got these, got the box. But see, that's all, I would say that's our fault as men.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not us as individuals, but men in general. You got so much gaslighting. I see it on social media. I see it in real life. Gaslighting. She's a 10. And you'd be surprised, there are guys who got, I'm like, dude, you got bread. Why are you gaslighting? But see, it's all about the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
All about the mouthpiece. But I would say it's always easy opportunity. We go by what's easy. Women go by what's easy. I can even say there are women who seek guys who are not, as masculine or stern, and they don't like intelligent men, especially you call on her BS. So we got to go take the road that's most traveled, not the road that's less traveled. So you got an opportunity to get it or get something. Many people do that, but see, that's where he got. I don't even know how to say his name. Get caught up.
Udoka.
And let's be real. That woman he's fooling with is not innocent. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And let me say this. I think she was married. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they said
you'd be surprised how often married women do step out. They're on them dating apps like you wouldn't believe, bro. Everybody, they on them social media. Social media is talking. Even in my other space, in other spaces, they are, man. When I was in Dallas, DM, you out in I'm 45 minutes away. I said, I'll come. No, you stay where you are. I'll meet you at where you at. Okay.
Yeah,
That's how it be.
I
But
feel
see,
you.
it's not talked about enough. But most of us can't have an honest conversation, especially women. And I would even say men can't have an honest conversation because you got men tend to be so logic going on. I don't know. A lot of these dudes claim to be so red pill, so alpha. They ain't like that. I think the most red pill alpha dudes. I don't even call myself. I don't even have to use those terms.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not red. I had to tell somebody the other day. I'm not red pill, and I'm not in the manosphere. So yeah.
I'm not even part of it.
Yeah.
But you get so much smoke because you're so indifferent. The
Right.
more indifferent, the more you see things from a real perspective. You factor in the emotions. You factor in the psychology, sociology, and the logic that comes with common sense. Common sense ain't so common. You'd be surprised how much smoke you get.
Yeah.
When you're not group thinking.
Not group thinking. Yeah, you're riding. You need to choose a side, Jr. You know. So
Yeah.
for sure. Hey, but yo, I appreciate the input though, Calvin, man. As usual, you know, the constant guest. You know, the big boss, Calvin. Where can everybody check you out at, Calvin?
Y'all can check me out at the Real Big Boss Calvin 83 Live. That's my YouTube channel. Because I got some content. Sure, I'm tired, but you know, you can also follow me on the gram.
Right.
The Real Big Boss Calvin 83. You can follow me on TikTok, Big Boss Calvin 1983.
Absolutely.
Because I'll be roasting and cooking and deep frying and baking and grilling and barbecuing.
I feel you, man. Y'all go follow me on all those platforms, man. It's been a pleasure as usual, Calvin. I appreciate you stopping through, man.
All right, you take care, man. About to continue with.
I guess you kicked yourself off, but I got you, man. I feel you. Shout out to the big boss, man. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. You know, as usual, definitely appreciate the dialogue from the brother there. You know, he came up with he mentioned some things, some reasons for you ladies that are watching, like, what am I doing wrong? Do I have to be a superwoman? Do I have to do this? These conversations happen like you can never please a man, but it's really quite simple, baby. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you ladies complain about this. Not complain, but I hear a lot of ladies say these BBWs getting all the men. These women that's not so attractive are getting all the men, and the beautiful women are just, you know, they brag about having their selection. I've had 30,000 proposals in the past 6 years, and I didn't accept none of them. But some dudes are content with just a pretty face, man. If you've ever had the woman of your dreams, and what I mean by that as far as aesthetically, but everything else was blowed out. Attitude was blowed out. She's gonna run all over you. She's gonna talk to you however you want, however she wants to, treat you however she wants to, and you're just gonna be her servant. I forgot how Javon put it the other day. He said it, the person who has the least to maintain in the relationship has the least interest to actually stick around. I can't say it exactly, but the person who has the least interest is going to be the one with the power in the relationship. And if you head over heels, like, I just got to get a baddie with a BBL, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, and that's it, you're going to be at her whim. She snaps her finger, you're going to do it. But when will that get old? I mean, it's got to get old sometime. And I'm not saying all beautiful women are airheads or all beautiful women are assholes, but I think there's a certain amount of grooming or just the way they're raised. If someone's constantly telling you you're beautiful, right? Nonstop, especially with the advent of social media. People constantly telling you this is ingrained in you. I am gorgeous. Everything else is a peon. Every man wants me. Then that's how, I mean, it's hard for it not to go to your head. You know, unless you have some type of modesty about yourself, or you know that it's all bullshit. You're just a person at the end of the day, and you're gonna get old. You know, what's gonna satisfy you? There's that just the never ending attention. But what really it takes people longer than others, you know, to realize what really does matter, and somebody that's gonna hold you down. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you gotta, why I gotta settle with somebody that's butt ugly. You don't. It's all about what you're willing to tolerate and put up with. You don't have to deal. You don't have to get somebody that's drop dead gorgeous. I mean, kudos, thumbs up if they have all the qualities that you have on your list. I keep pushing this button on my foot massager here. I mean, wonderful if you find somebody that blows your socks off. Excellent conversation. Everything that you have on your list that you've ever wanted, and it comes true through that power of manifestation that we all like to talk about, the law of attraction. You know, you attract what you are. You want to become those things first. Maybe you might be an ugly mug, right? No, I'm just joking with you. Maybe you might be ugly, but you could still attract somebody beautiful. But that's not what it's about. You attracted somebody. I mean, a lot of times we like, if I could just get it, I could just get it, I can just get her, I could just get her. And you placing your happiness into the future. I mean, when it's always been in the present. Then when you do get her, and you're like, this is not what I thought. I mean, it was cool the first few months. She don't wash. And this, I'm not being negative because there's some dusty dudes out there. But I'm just talking about women for the time being. I'm just talking about beautiful women, right? She don't wash. And I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I just want you guys to know. For you guys, every time you see a man out and about with a baddie, it's not all it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? She probably don't wash. Don't cook, don't check in on them. Probably gone. Come and goes as she pleases. Hasn't even become a wife, but you wifed her. But she should have been a wife before you even married her. Because you said she'll hit that switch when she gets the ring. Wrong answer, but y'all fall for it every time. Y'all put the ring on the finger and make her a wife later. That beauty shit, that beauty shit is definitely overrated, man. One thing that's for sure, especially if she's been out there like Nia Long at an early age, you're competing with the world, and sometimes you'll never win against the world. Still, cheating is insecurity, and if your spouse doesn't know, obviously, if they do know, would you consider it cheating? But anytime you cheat on your significant other, someone that you have a monogamous relationship with, it's insecurity. Because either you don't have the balls enough to tell them that you want to be with somebody else, that you don't want to move on. Oh, do we have the artist formerly known as Miss Starr up in here? You go ahead and bring on Miss Rebecca. Talk to me, Miss Becca. Talk to me, Miss Starr. What's happening? Say something. I could hear you. Say something again. Repeat it.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You might have to come. You might have to come out. You might have to go out and come back in.
Okay.
I don't know what audio. Can you change your audio on there?
Okay. I'll go out back in.
Okay. We'll wait for Miss Starr to come back in here real quick. I don't know what was up with the audio. But yeah, while she's logging back in, man, cheating, right? If you really about that life, you'll let that person know, hey, I'm not happy. I got some buns on standby, right? And I'm gonna smash. So either you're gonna get on board, you're gonna accept it, or we can just, cordially part ways at this time. You choose. Now that's a little bit rough, but I mean, in all actuality, you being honest and you being true to yourself and you standing on what it is that you want. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Perfect.
You hear me?
Perfect.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been going back and forth with people about this Ime situation. And it's driving me crazy because everybody is like, he's cheating on Nia. He's cheating on Nia. And I'm like, what makes you think he's cheating on her? Like,
right.
I would assume they're in an open relationship.
Why would you assume that?
Well, because she always has struck me as like a kind of like a Jada Pinkett type person.
Okay.
And like she's more free. She is in a spiritual relationship with him. He proposed to her. They're not married. And I love Ime. I know him personally. I know the rest of the guys on the team. Okay. They're good people. They're dudes. They have a lot of money, but they're all like good people. So I'm kind of like with the previous caller in that this shouldn't even be a story, but I think that someone, it's either one of two scenarios for me. Nia Long's people came out and said that one of the players is the ones that told because he was jealous of Ime, and him and Ime had a situation. So he was mad at that whatever the situation was, maybe playing time, something like that.
Right. And
then he exposed because all the players knew. So
wow.
That's one side. So that's this morning that came out that Nia's side said that.
Okay.
The other scenario I think that it could be is that the husband, who's probably, he's a white guy. He may be Jewish. He may not be.
Sound like you got some inside info. But anyway, go ahead.
I don't really.
Okay.
But it seems like maybe he could be jealous because she got this young, hot guy that's doing great. And even though everybody knows everybody is cheating, it's like, but you can't cheat with that guy.
Right.
And as with him being a senior VP, I feel like he has a conflict of interest choosing whether Ime can play for the next year or not. So of course, if he has any say in that, why not put him on hold for a year? He can't get another coaching job rather than just fire him. And then he's going to be paid at like something like half of what his original salary was. So that's screwing him even more. So I think this is the ultimate. If you're the Boston head office and you and your boys are sticking together, the guys in the front office are sticking together with the VP, this is kind of the ultimate screw to Ime. And I think he'll get another coaching job if he's let go. But again, I don't think this is a big deal. Everybody knows that everybody's sleeping around with everybody. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. In the real world, people are like, Nia can get any man that she wants. And I'm like, no, she can't. She is over 50 years old and she has two baby dads. He proposed to her, I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago after they had already dated for a while. And she turned him down and said she doesn't need to be married. And she does have a reputation. I saw somebody put that in your chat.
Yeah,
she has a reputation for getting around Hollywood. And if you look back to where her and Chris Rock had a date back in the day, they were set up on a blind date.
Yeah.
And he said that she was talking about effing him on the first date. So, and he ended up giving her like a maybe a fake phone number. Yeah. And she said that's the first guy that ever did that to her. But even Chris Rock, he is funny looking as he is. Of course, he's successful. He's a high value man, all this stuff. But he didn't even want her back then when she was super, super hot, you know? So I think it's just like people are so obsessed with the idea of her and Love Jones, and they don't remember that was 25, 30 years ago. And she's aged. And also, like someone else said in the comments, like, or maybe the last caller said this too, that it doesn't matter that she's so pretty. she could get on his nerves. Maybe he doesn't really like her anymore.
100.
Or he could just have a appetite that he wants variety, like a lot of them do. And he's in a position to get it. So I do think Ime is kind of stupid for going with one of the front office
staffers,
wife and stuff, but whatever. He did what he did. So I just hope that the other coaching staff, Damon Stoudemire's on there and Aaron Miles, all those guys are from my hometown. And, you know, and it was, I mean, this is the type of character he has, like, besides the women and stuff. He hired all his friends from back in the day and they went to the championship. So me and my brother were even talking about that, how, like, he's always been such a good, inclusive person and put people on. So that's my 2 cents.
So Ms. Starr, what do you think is going to happen though? I know you just said it, but what do you think is going to happen?
I think either he's going to they're just going to let him go because they're not making good decisions. They're not basing this off of anything. I think the ESPN analyst, Wozniak or whatever, said that the decision wasn't based on anything textbook. I think the woman is her identity, and I think there's several women actually, their identities are going to be let out and they have to punish them in some kind of way.
Absolutely.
I think I think Stephen A was right. I don't agree with him very often, but I think it was right with that. And I think that Ime just has to cut his ties and then go on to maybe coach back in at the Spurs or some other team. Somebody will want him. I don't think he's going to be blackballed like everyone's saying. He can't be blackballed when he did that though.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Hey, I appreciate your info. Where you calling in from tonight?
I'm in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Where can everybody you want anybody to follow? You want to plug anything? Okay, say less. Hey,
all right, peace.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Shout out to Miss Starr there. I appreciate her input. Very informative. We got a little bit behind the curtains right there, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Buddy, hopefully that's not the end for Buddy. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know, guys. You never know what's going on, what's happening, what people are dealing with. Maybe he probably hasn't even seen that woman in who knows when, or much less even, been in bed with her and who knows when. You know what I mean? So they like somebody said she probably knew about this. They said it happened like the team knew about it back in July. Here we are almost October. You know what I mean? So life goes on, man. Life goes on. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to I don't know if I shouted out everybody that been given has given a super chat. Big man 91 pause. Big man 7917. Appreciate you. Shout out to Enos as usual. Appreciate you. Enos once again. AT Quell. Appreciate you. Enos, once again, appreciate you. Hey, man, a lot of love tonight in the super chats. I appreciate you guys, man. But I don't want to beat a dead horse unless we got some other callers. Guys, I just want to, what the main takeaway is, guys, don't get caught up on looks, right? And I think, I'm not saying, I think the older we get, it's a lot less important, for sure. But don't get caught up on looks, for sure. And a lot of times, if it's, you don't have to chase. If you got to chase somebody to fuck with you, if you got to chase somebody like repeatedly, and it's not organic, then it's really not for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to chase people. You don't have to beg for their love. You don't have to keep texting somebody, double, triple texting, sending them flowers and all this stuff to win them over. Either they like you or they don't. You know what I'm saying? And just because someone, again, just because they're beautiful doesn't mean their sex is superior than another. Doesn't mean that they're more intelligent than another. Doesn't mean that they smell better than the other. These things are just a sequence of imperfections that suit you. That's all beauty is. It's just a series of imperfections from your eyes that you're attracted to, man. You know what I mean? So just look at it. Look at it like that. You know what I mean? Oh, we got another caller here. Sergeant, we got the cops in the building. Talk to me, sir. How you doing there, Sergeant? Starting to
Hey,
play
what's
bond.
going on, man? How's it going, brother?
The greatest day of my life. How about yourself?
It's good. It's good. Here's the deal, man. What
Where
Malika Andrews? Go ahead, brother.
you calling in from?
Alabama, man. I'm in Anniston now. Usually I hit you up from Montgomery. I'm in Anniston, Alabama now.
Right. All right. Go ahead. Say less, man. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, Malika Andrews. Okay, number one, she was out of line.
Right.
The thing is, everybody's an adult. Unless the man was masturbating, he was with somebody else, correct?
100.
So everybody's responsible for their own actions. Now, he dug his own hole. He got to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Malika acting like that women aren't responsible for their own actions, that's something different. If somebody's abusing somebody, of course, they need to be dealt with. But if you got two grown people doing something, then one shouldn't bear all the responsibility by themselves. You know, and the way that she dealt with Kendrick Perkins and the way that she dealt with Stephen A. Smith was disrespectful. You know, you should at least be courteous and respectful when you're dealing with others in a professional environment.
Facts. Yeah, I agree, man. Unless you're using your power and influence, man, you're both adults. Unless you're using it on a subordinate or whatever like that, you know. And you're right. I forgot to even mention her, man. She was talking crazy. Malika was talking crazy, man. I don't know if you froze or your face just looked like that. My bad, man.
No, man. You're definitely right. I don't know. She felt compelled, but the thing is, it's a debate show. If the whole purpose of your show is a debate format, and you're castigating other people for just having an opinion, what she did to Kendrick Perkins, just cut him off so he couldn't respond. And I don't know why she's so entitled. When, honestly, she's not prepared properly for that position.
Right.
Because I went to school for broadcasting. And in the midst of the NBA championship when they won, she didn't present the trophy. She didn't take control. She didn't do anything. You know, like Bob Costas and other people have set a standard, but it doesn't even seem like she's done her homework in terms of the profession. You know, so I don't know, man.
Well, you know, a lot of these personalities, man. You know, you got to say some off the wall, unpopular, not even unpopular. You have to say some shit that's gonna like draw a headline, and of course to make yourself stand out. And even when it is distasteful, you know what I'm saying. And I think that's just what she did, and it was just speaking from a perspective of it was childish. You know what I'm saying? And basically,
it was childish.
Huh?
It was challenged.
Yeah. And absolving, like it's a one-sided deal, like you said, man, for sure.
Right. And she talks about the women like you're protecting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need your protection. You know, they're adults just like everybody else. They're not, if you're talking about somebody who's not smart, who's not intelligent, who's a victim, then you can talk about people like that. But if you're talking about, you know, grown, sentient, intelligent human beings, you don't need to go there. And today, they named another person an assistant coach who's a person of color, right? And she's going to say, well, what about when he got arrested when he was in college for, you know, for this and for that? I'm like, whoa.
That's that Gil King. Was it Gil King? That's that Gil King shit. Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know. She like Gail and Oprah put together. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
But I think she just needs to take a step back. She's got her position. Nobody's going to take your job. We all know how you got your job because they wanted to put somebody else in that position. Then that person fell out of favor. Then they wanted to put somebody else in the position and that fell out of favor. And then all of this stuff was going on. So you got the position.
Right.
But just relax. You got the job now. Nobody's going to take it from you. You don't have to steady bash. I'm not going to say who she bashing, but we know who she bashing. You know, you playing for the. Oh, I'm just gonna leave it alone. This gonna get me in trouble. I gotta stop right there. But you know, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I get where you're going at, bro.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Already, man. Hey, but I appreciate you calling in tonight, Sergeant Claiborne, man. Hey, as usual, man. Always a good time, man.
All right, man. Peace out, brother.
Hey, appreciate you. Later. Shout out to Sergeant Claiborne there. You know, I forgot all about Malika. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you gotta say some shit from time to time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stir it up. You gotta make them execs all excited. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. You gotta stand out, man. But hey, you know, unless we got any other callers, man, you know, I appreciate you guys. It's been dope. I haven't been on here. You guys know I don't come on live a while. You know. Damn. Okay, little podcast. Talk to me.
Damn, I was just trying to tell you to hold on 1 second, bro. What's good though, man?
You in the bathroom? What's up?
I was trying to tell you to hold on 1 second. You pulled me up as soon as I jumped on.
Oh, so you in the shitter for real? You in the shitter for real then?
Yeah, you just go tell the whole world what's going on.
Man. Hey, you click that button. You know what I'm saying? Live from the shitter. Hey, let's hear it. They can't see you. Let's hear it, man. Go ahead and drop that deuce and tell me what's on your mind.
This guy's different.
Go ahead and do that 2-minute drill. Yeah.
No, so listen, I wanted to say, man, I don't know if anybody else has said this, bro, but monogamy is a choice, man. You know what I'm saying? I've come to accept that biologically, I don't think men are wired to be monogamous, right? And I think that's a choice that we choose to make. Some of us later in life, some of us early in life. I decided to make it early in life. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, it was cool when you're young to chase girls and all of that, but just real early on, I knew what I really wanted was just to have somebody that was always there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I could build with, that I'm gonna have my kids with. I ain't got to worry about, you know, if my kid is my kid or not. You know what I'm saying? These type of troubles and shit. It didn't work out completely the way I wanted it to work out, but you know, I'm pretty sure my kids are my kids. So, but it isn't like, it doesn't matter, you know, what the woman looks like. I was just sitting here thinking, like, so imagine a man is getting up, he's heading out to face the world. And his woman says, "My Lord, you are the King of Kings." You know, and
my Lord.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You are the King of Kings, and you will conquer the world, and my mouth awaits your royal penis when you get home. And then that dude goes outside, and once he's conquering the world, there's another woman out there, and she says, "My Lord, you are the King of Kings, and you are going to conquer the world, and my mouth awaits your royal penis." She said the exact same thing his woman said, but she light-skinned, his woman dark-skinned. She's short, his woman tall. You know what I'm saying? She's Puerto Rican, his woman black. I mean, all it takes is a subtle difference. All it takes is something you don't have. She could have just changed one word, you know what I'm saying? And instead of saying "my Lord," she could have said "my King." You know, it doesn't matter if in that moment, right, whatever it is that this woman is offering that's different from what he wants, that man chooses to partake in that, that's what he's going to do. And it doesn't matter, you know, how good his woman looks. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of cheaters. I think in general, right, cheaters are suckers. Because at the end of the day, I've been around men who live their life as single men, and they let the women know, right, "You are my woman. We're going to have our fun. We're going to do our thing, but you don't get to determine what it is I'm going to do with my life or who I'm going to spend my time with."
There you go.
Right? And so they move that way. And the crazy part about it is I never seen those guys have a problem with getting women.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if you cheating, unless your woman is just denying you and you got kids and y'all, you know, 10 years in and you don't want to leave and you know, you you get in contact with an old friend from college, y'all spend some time, you knock the boots and go back home. Okay, I can understand it. But just in general, you just out here banging chicks randomly because you can, then you should be man enough to stand on it. That's what you're gonna do. That's my opinion of it. And I will say this: it seems specifically in the YouTube space that more women are inclined to understand this. That men may not be wired biologically to be monogamous, and that it is a choice. The one thing I don't see them doing though is accepting that they should damn near like reverence a man that is willing to give them a monogamy. I don't think monogamy is appreciated as much as it should be.
I'm in agreement with that.
I don't know what percentage it would take for women to just get on board with understanding and praising and highlighting monogamy to a such degree that it's more important than how much money the man makes, right? Because obviously, no matter how much money a man makes to a certain degree, right, until we get into astronomical numbers, when a man cheats specifically more than once, the women tend to leave the relationships. Let them tell it that 80% of divorces that they file in the Black community, 79% of that is based on cheating. We know that's hyperbole, but okay. But that just goes to show you how important monogamy really is to you. So then why do you tend to go after men who you know are more prone to cheat, who you know this is more applicable to? Right? These men that are consistently around women that are on your level or more or better consistently. And that's the man you choose to want and desire. And then you get frustrated when you can't control them, right? Which is one of the reasons why I think a lot of women in our community are bitter, is because they believe that their vagina is supposed to bring them all their dreams to fruition. And this man is supposed to come in and he's supposed to taste their vagina, and it's supposed to be, that's it. I don't want no more vaginas ever again. This is the one. Woo! I don't know where this vagina been all my life. And that's just not the case. The reasons that we choose to be monogamous with women don't have anything to do with their vagina. Nothing at all. I've never heard a man say, yo, I'm only going to be with her because that thing banging. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to monopolize too much of the time,
Nah, you spot on, man. I appreciate your input. That's definitely a case of what a woman says she wants and what she emotionally responds to is two separate things. And what she's attracted to, for sure. And as I said, you said it just now too as well. That's the last thing in terms of sex when it comes to actually wanting to be in a long-term relationship that's meaningful, especially the older you get.
Right.
That's one of the last things. But I mean, we treat it, or we talk about it like it's one of the first things. Hey, but for sure, man. I'm sorry I pulled you on while you was in the shitter, man. But we had to do, man. But definitely good input, bro. I appreciate you calling in.
Now, I do got one more. I got a question for you though.
Sure.
Do you visit other platforms?
Yeah. Yeah, you talking about in terms of invitation coming, making a guest appearance? Is that what you asking me, man?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I would like to have you on one day to have a conversation, but I'm doing this docu-series, right?
Right.
I'm finishing up volume 1, and volume 1 was dedicated to the women. It's called "I Seen Your Little Experience: Women in Living Color." So I'm finishing it up right now with 8 women, and then I want to start interviewing men, and I want to interview a certain caliber of men. I want to interview the type of men that I think, represent an eclectic view of Black men in America today, from not just from a standpoint of they got money, but from the standpoint of they're intellectually sound, they're emotionally disciplined and psychologically aware. I think along with my man Trill from Crew Season, my man Logic from the Peef Network, I think I would definitely add you into that cipher. And I definitely would like to put you on my calendar as one of the brothers that I interview for this. Well, basically what I'm doing is I'm asking, I'm telling people, hey, listen, when you meet somebody today and they're 35 years old and they got 2 kids and they never been married and this and all this other stuff that you see wrong with them, guess what? It's reasons why that exists. right? So let's take a deep dive into, you know, their background. Let's see what was life like for you between the ages of 2 and 5. What was it like between 2 and 8? What was it like between 8 and 11, right? And so I'm having these conversations, and I had these springboard questions. And with the women, I've been getting very good interviews. I just interviewed Amber Marie Green today. She's a international photographer, and she also was on the Peak Network. And I definitely would like to put you in that mix too.
Yo, definitely, man. Shoot me an email, man. My information is below, or hit me on Instagram. Yeah, definitely shoot me an email. That sounds great, bro.
My man, I'm gonna be in touch with you, man. My name, Lil Podcast. They call me Beans. I've been on here a couple of times. You and old girl was giving me some information on my relationship with my lady a couple of months ago.
Absolutely.
I'm down here in Kentucky with her now, so appreciate that information y'all gave us. We doing a lot better now too, bro. Appreciate it.
God willing. Appreciate you tuning in, man.
No doubt.
All right, later.
Peace.
Shout out to that brother there. You know, definitely got some good information for sure. You know, we caught him live in the shitter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all squeezing one out, make sure it's already done before y'all get on here. Nah, I'm just fuck with y'all, man. Hey, yo, shout out to pause. Shout out to Big Man 7917. I blame Nia Long. She didn't marry before Carrie. Udoka will get rehired. Swimming more mayonnaise. Goodness, swimming more mayonnaise? Sheesh. And get a 20-year-old fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and childless woman overseas. It's curtains. Man. Said especially Hellman's. Sheesh, man. Goodness. Hey. You guys have been awesome, man. Hey, I'm gonna have to start doing more live streams. You guys have been, I know this is a hot topic, but I appreciate the turnout this evening, including we even had the Miss Starr come up on camera, and you know that's a rarity for you guys out here. She made a guest appearance tonight. Shout out to everybody that called in. You know, appreciate you, all you guys that's watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to all those people as well. Like the video, run it up to 200. Yo, hit me up on Linktree, Calendly if you're trying to purchase any books, merch, book a session, whatever. I got you. Say less. Just, guys, what we value in life, man, hold it dear. Don't compromise. You know, and it's gonna come to you. You know, just stand on your own too. You know what I'm saying? All I say is don't let vanity rule or blur your vision at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime you rule with that vanity, it's not gonna turn out too well, man. You know what I mean? So you guys have been great. Listen, I'm about to get up out of here, man. It's been a long day. I might come back on here tomorrow. I got a few, man. I got topics for every day of the week for live streams that I need y'all input on for you guys to call in to talk about these contemporary issues that we're dealing with in the community. So I might start coming on here more often, man. Same time. It seems like a good time where everybody's on. So, you know, you guys are tuned in to JR Wisdom, man. Much blessings and abundance. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't followed me yet. As I already said, purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts, things like that, man. And with that being said, man, I am out of here. You guys have a good night. Good way to start off Monday. And, you know, I'll catch you guys on one of my videos tomorrow, man. So I'm out of here. Peace.